Welcome to another episode of Eating Global. I have a very exciting beverage for you today in the form of a mocktail. And I have the Eating Global resident sommelier, Katie. You see her a lot of beverage videos, and she's our resident beverage expert. And how lucky are we to have her? So we are having the Midnight
Tart.
The Midnight Tart. I can't do beverage names.
I forgot it.
I already forgot it. We practiced that like 2 seconds before I turned on the video, and I'm like, no idea what we just said. Anyway, the Midnight Tart. So can you give us a little bit of information about why you make mocktails and how they're different from cocktails and what the little deal here is?
Sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they hear the word sommelier, they think wine inherently because they think, oh, you're a wine expert, when actually sommelier is a beverage expert. So it kind of covers all facets. So in my training, not only am I learning a lot about wine, which is the foundation, but I learn about whiskey and beer and spirits and everything that kind of goes into beverages. And in that realm is this new and exciting movement that has been happening over the past 5 years, where people are kind of backing away from the alcoholic drinks and being more mindful of either their health or reasons why they don't want to consume alcohol. So mocktails have really become a huge thing in this scene. So the Midnight Tart, the one that I'm making today, is very hip because it is a functional mocktail. So that only means that there are benefits to each of the ingredients that you're putting in. So as you're drinking it, it is its own tasting adventure. So you don't necessarily have to have the alcohol for your taste buds to go on a tasting journey. And that's basically what I love about all beverages is, if done right, your palate can really be turned on in different ways. And that's really what I'm wanting to focus on today.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited, first of all, about there's salt on the table. I love salt in
This really freaks a lot of people out when I bring it out for this mocktail, and they're like, oh, you don't need the salt. And I was like, no, you really need the salt.
Okay. So just as an example, I talk about salt so much on Eating Global, and it's so important in all things almost. So there's always this sweet, salty balance that really, if you look at any delicious foods around the world, there's always salt and there's always some sweetness component of it, which whether it be in sugar or some sort of fruits or whatever the case is. But a lot of my coffees, I make a lot of coffees, as you'll probably see coming up on this channel, but I use saline solution in a lot of those, which is a 1-to-4 ratio of salt water. And so that is just, it's a seasoning that brings out flavor. So there's nothing scary about salt in a mocktail or a cocktail or food or anything like that. It's to enhance, not to make it salty, but to enhance. I'm assuming that's what's happening here.
That's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
You are 100% right. So because the tart cherry juice is so tart,
Yes.
the salt actually helps cut that to bring it to a more palatable place.
Right.
And we're only adding like a little bit to the top, kind of like a margarita. So let's get into it.
Cool. It is pouring rain outside. So if you're hearing like, what is there a flood going on in the background? Well,
There
sort of.
is.
Yeah, there sort of is. It is insanity out there. So anyway, that's what's happening in the background. So let's get into this. I'm so excited.
So for this one, we're actually going to shake it.
Okay.
And there is a difference between shaking and stirring mocktails as well as cocktails.
Of course.
Basically, we're using room temperature ingredients. So this helps bring it down to a colder temperature because when you shake it, that friction brings down the temperature extremely quickly.
Now, am I correct in saying that also changes the texture?
Yes.
Because if you shake
this is going to get very
frothy, it's going to have that mouthfeel that a stirred drink does not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's going to have more of like that velvety.
Yes.
And with this one especially, it's going to have a nice foam on top.
Oh, that's
so,
perfect.
Like I said, we're going to start off with some tart cherry juice. You want to do 1 part tart
You
cherry.
got about 3/4 of the shaker filled with ice there.
Yeah, you want lots of ice.
Yep. So this is just tart cherry you're getting at a regular good old grocery store, right?
But there's a specific brand.
Okay.
This is really what you need to be looking for, especially like in a nice glass bottle. Anything organic.
Knudsen is the brand there. RW Knudsen. Yep. I mean, I see that. It's not hard to get.
This is lime juice.
Yep.
Again, you want to get a very high quality lime juice, or preferably if you had a lime, which I forgot, get fresh squeezed, and you're just going to do a little splash of that. And then here comes the fun part. You want to make sure that seals really tight. This
Yep.
does get a little bit frosty, so you always want to hold the bottom of your shaker. You want to have a good firm hold on the top. You shake it up by your head. This is the proper form.
Now, in the cocktail mocktail world, you wait until the top gets frosty, and then you know it's done, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
When your hand feels like it's freezing,
Yeah. That's when you know.
and so you can even tell.
Yep, you got that condensation on the outside, and it gets super cold. Yeah.
Now this is just, ooh, did not make enough.
Well, that'll be a good sample.
Yeah, I was about to say, I only made enough for a sample, but I think I only made enough for me.
That's a one drink there. Yeah.
I always like to top it off with something bubbly. Tonic water is really good for this drink. You don't want to dilute it, especially that guy. I'm gonna put a little bit because I am only giving you a gulp.
Right, just a little. Yeah.
I'm very greedy.
This is tonic water. Okay, so that
Yeah.
has the quinine in it. So that's tart astringent flavor.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're just adding more tart on tart, hence
Yep.
the name,
Yep.
Midnight Tart.
Midnight Tart,
But
yep.
that's where the sea salt really shines. So you're just gonna do, on mine, I do like 4 cranks. On David's, I'll just do 2 because he doesn't have as much.
Okay, how exciting. My gosh. Yeah, that's okay. So that would be a whole different drink if you didn't put the salt in it.
Oh, 100%. I was actually thinking as I was sipping, I was like, I should have made one without salt.
Yeah.
And then it would have been almost not drinkable.
Because it actually makes it sweet, bittersweet, rather than just bitter.
Bitter.
Oh my gosh. Because all the components there are bitter.
Yes.
Until you add salt.
Until you add salt. And that's like the magic of this drink.
Yeah.
Is like when you see all the ingredients alone, you're like, oh, that's not going to taste good. But then once you add that salt, it's like, oh, this is actually very enjoyable.
Okay, we need to keep making those until all those ingredients are gone, because that's, okay, so this is the other great part about mocktails, is you can chug them and you can keep on drinking them.
Yep.
You don't want to do that with alcohol. Don't do that with alcohol. Be responsible. But mocktails, you don't have to be responsible. You can just go. Well, we need to make a lot more of these. We're gonna wrap this one up and just drink a lot of this. But anyway, well, thank you for joining us here. You have anything else to add to the mocktail experience?
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Okay, great. Well, thank you, Katie, for bringing your stuff to spend time here and bringing this and making this and explaining. It was very nice of you to do that. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you somewhere around the world on Eating Global. See you in the next one.